It looked a little bit closer in FP2. Does it feel better in the cooler conditions?
I mean, we need to go through it, to be honest. I think not sure on what power modes everybody was running, and that's always something in practice sessions. For sure, Red Bull are, out front. But we're going through and learning lots of things, and it's things that will help in the short term, medium term, and just need to look at things overnight to see what we can do for this weekend in particular.
You said you need to make some changes. Can you pinpoint what you can do this weekend to move it forward?
I think you just can go out there, maximise the package you've got, try and get the setup in the sweet spot. We're not going to find a second of a night as much as I'd love to do that and all the hard work everybody's putting in. But we need to just continue to understand and recognise, is the sort of new direction we're taking as a team the correct one? And that's for the guys and girls back at the factory, everybody here to unpick the data. But for me this weekend, and sort of the small group of engineers, you just go out there and try and maximise what you've got.
So can you feel that new direction already, a little bit of what's come this weekend?
No, not necessarily, no. It's it's small changes for this weekend, but probably closer to what we had in Bahrain compared to what we want to see in the future. I mean, we had some test items on the car for FP2 on my side, but again, these are just small things in the short term. To do it right, it takes a bit more time.
George just told me he was running some test items in FP2, and it looked like that might bring a bit more performance. So do you get them now, or are there not enough to go around?
I'm not really sure what those are, so I've just been focusing on my own program. So, of course, if there's things being tested on either car, we will know about them once we have the debrief. Okay,
lovely. Did FP2 feel any better for you, or was it still tough out there?
Yeah, pretty much the same.
Okay.
So, just, second off or whatever it was. But for me, I definitely struggled in the session. I've struggled in both sessions.
When perhaps a bigger change is coming down the track, what can you do this weekend and perhaps in Australia to change things when actually a big overhaul might be coming? What do you pick apart? What little things can you do?
We just continue to go into the details, trying to improve the balance of the car to make it easier to drive. I mean, it's just a tough car to drive, but I know everyone's working so hard at the factory, so it's just a matter of time, just having to be patient.
It's better than last year's car, though, because that was so tough to drive. Do you feel better?
Well, it's pretty much the same.
There was a lot of hype coming into this race weekend that perhaps you guys could be a bit closer. How confident are you feeling after the two sessions today?
I personally feel a bit closer than in Bahrain. Obviously, engine modes and the position today doesn't reflect our true pace. In the long runs, we definitely look a bit more competitive, so I'm more positive going into the weekend, knowing that Red Bull is the clear favorite and Aston Martin and Mercedes are there with us.
Oh, with you, okay, right. So you're all mixing it together.
Yeah. It's just obviously Red Bull are clear favorites, but in terms of pace and overall feeling, I feel a bit closer. It's just not, if it's enough to be in the podium or to battle the top, we will see on Sunday.
Traffic looked somewhat of an issue today. Are you worried that's going to interfere with your progression in qualifying?
It is, because dirty air, first of all, here has a terrible effect on the high speed, so it makes you back off and distracts you a lot because you need a lot of focus, concentration to go through the high speed. And then it's blind, so you don't know, it's still blind, and you don't know if who's coming behind, and you rely purely on your engineer.
Charles, what was going on today?
Well, I don't think we are that bad. Honestly, the feeling is pretty good, but very difficult to read into the performance because everybody's doing very different things with power, weight, etc. Probably more different than other years, so it's a bit more difficult to read the Friday and the free practice session. But the feeling was quite okay, and the race pace seems to be better than Bahrain, so that's positive.
You sounded like you might be concerned about the engine, checking in with race engineers. Is it a sort of problem with energy deployment that you were experiencing?
No. There was nothing wrong. There was a few events where I upshifted on curbs or things like this, which doesn't put the engine in the best situation. So I complained just to make sure that everything was fine. But everything is fine, so that's good.
Okay, and then 7/10 away. Can you close that gap? Have you got enough in the locker?
We have quite a bit in the locker. How much? Let's see. I'm sure Red Bull also has something still hidden, so we'll see tomorrow, but I think it will be closer than what it is for now.